let's go back to that day, that weekend of you coming off the board at number 69. That was the year that they changed up the start time of day 2 of the draft. I went
Yeah.
back and looked this up. So things got rolling at like 9 a.m. on day
Yeah.
2, and you were the 6th player off the board on day 2. So there's no way that you were hungover when you were drafted, right?
Um, Not before I was drafted, but after I was drafted, certainly. So my draft story is it started at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. We thought it started at 9 a.m. Central time. And we were in
Oh,
my hometown of Shreveport. We were having a draft party because I didn't really know where I was going to get drafted. There was a slight chance maybe I could get to the back end of the second round, but it was going to be between probably like the third and fourth round. And so we were going to have like a little get together, whatever, and we're setting up for the party. Like we got there about an hour early and we got like helmets and different things and food or whatever. We're setting up and it's just me, my wife, her family, my family. And then all of a sudden, like they turn on the TVs and like, here we go, the third round is starting. We're like, oh man, we messed this up. Like we're an hour off here and there's nobody here but us. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe you won't get selected, in the third round. You're looking at the teams and you're like, nah, I didn't even talk to that team really. And so like we're continuing to set up, and all of a sudden, like my teammate, Shevis Jackson, goes to the Falcons. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Braves fan. I was kind of eye hustling the TV, like, man, that'd be kind of cool if I went to the Falcons. Like Chipper Jones, we would be boys, I mean, we'd be hanging out. I'd be going to Turner Field watching the Bravos, and then it ends up being my teammate. So I'm fired up. I'm like, absolutely, let's go, Shevis. That's gonna be great for you. And so we're continuing to set up. And then the very next pick, that was 68. So 69, I see it flash across the screen. The San Diego Chargers have traded for the 69th pick. And I'm like, I went to San Diego. I talked to them a lot. That would be a great, I mean, like one of my only visits that I went on. And I know they were interested at the time. And I just had this feeling, and then I just start tapping my father-in-law who was sitting next to me. Like I couldn't get words out, like to try to tell them, hey, this could be me. I'm just like hitting his leg, and he's probably, what the heck are you doing? And then before I even got the phone call, again, there's like 5, 6 people there because the party technically hadn't started yet. I see my name go across the screen before the phone actually rings, which
oh,
it's usually the complete opposite. I guess
yeah.
because they traded, and so maybe things move fast and got delayed or whatever. And so I see my name, of course, I hear my mom and my wife and everybody kind of go crazy because there's like 70 TVs in this place. And so they all see it as well. And then I see the 619 on my phone and I'm like fumbling it, trying to answer it. And so I actually saw my name before I got the phone call. The party wasn't even there yet. But the best part about it, because I did get drafted before the party technically started, we started the party immediately then. And so when everybody got to the party, we had already pregame, we were hydrated up. And so we had a great time. And it felt like Varsity Blues because, again, this is like 9 in the morning at the time. The local news is like, hey, can we do an interview outside? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, sure. And this is like about like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So again, we've been hydrating for a while. And man, I walk outside of this because it was like a bar. So I walk outside and it felt like Varsity Blues. I mean, the sun hits me right in the face. I'm looking, I'm like, where am I? What is going on? I have never seen the footage of that interview,
I need to find it.
and I don't even know if they aired it. It could have been awful, but we were deep in our cups whenever that interview took place, and so it lives out there somewhere, I think. Again, I've never seen it. I don't know if it aired, but it was the local news station on draft day, and I was having some fun because the pressure was already off.
Did you have one or two puka shell necklaces on?
Oh, that was post Puka Shell,
Oh yeah, because that's
because
08, right? Yeah.
yeah, like
Okay.
I was married at the time, and Katie certainly would have shut the Puka Shells down at that point. But just know that they're always near and dear to my heart.